Hey guys, so it is exactly 1 year today since I sat down in my house, this very house, at 22:55 because I wrote it down on the 11th of October 2022, and I wrote out my goals, my annual goals for 2023. And today is 11th of October 2023, and I thought I'd do a look back, like a year on since I set the goals. Yes, we still have 2.5 months left before the year ends, so I still have that much time to work on my goals, but I just thought it would be quite nice to look back at the goals that I set, look at the progress that has been made, and why I believe in setting goals early, especially the annual goals. So this video today is just going to be a lot of chitty chat. I've got this hair I've got on, it's kind of shading, so I'm playing with my a little bit of hair here, but I thought we have this chit chat video where I just talk about the goals that I set. So I broke them down into financial goals as well as lifestyle goals. I don't believe I ever shared the lifestyle goals with you guys, but I definitely did share the financial ones since this is a finance channel. So without further ado, let us look at the goals that I set and where I am at right now with these goals. So you have seen a number of videos, especially in the last 6 weeks, over my channel where I discuss my 2023 goals, how it's all going, all of that good jazz. And I recently, I believe last Sunday, I shared with you my Q3 2023 net worth update, which actually goes into more detail about these very goals. So I'm not going to dwell too much on them, but I just thought it would still be nice to look back on it and then discuss as well. So first one was to reach 1 million in assets and 5 million, half a million in net worth. So with this goal, I was quite ambitious, and I remember thinking to myself, if you have the funds and you're able to purchase another house, next year, meaning 2023, then you could definitely reach 1 million in assets. But at that time, and funny enough, I had already written down my goals, and I was looking at I'd written down by that time my 5-year plan. I was looking at my 5-year plan, and I actually had for 2023 to take a break from buying property so that I can save up as much money as possible so that I can buy a bigger house in 2024. Not a bigger house to necessarily move in, but rather to still rent out. I just thought, a bigger house, like a 3-bed house, would actually rent for a lot more than my single bed houses or apartments, whatever you might call them. But that's what I was thinking about. I was like, okay, so if I don't buy the house, right, if I don't buy another property, how else can I reach this million? And at that time, I believe I had just noticed that I was over 900K at that time in property. So I was like, well, if I am not able to reach that amount I'm not able to purchase a rental property in 2023, I could put all of my resource into investing, and hopefully I can reach 100K goal. So that was my alternative if buying a third rental property didn't work out. But as you know, I did buy a third rental property. Now, buying another property also meant that I would be able to get closer to 500,000 in net worth. However, as you've seen in my videos, my net worth update videos, my look at the 2023 goals and all of that good jazz, I am not as close to 500,000 as I would have liked. And this is because I didn't have to, but I did take out an advance loan on my mortgage of 60K. Then I took out another loan to renovate my home of 25K. And just life in general. So I added, even though I added a property, I also added liabilities. So that when I subtracted my liabilities from my assets, I kind of, I have a lot of assets. I have more I have more assets than liabilities, but the liabilities are not low either. So that's why I'm still a little bit far off when it comes to reaching my goal of 500,000, because I think, if I'm correct, let me just do some quick maths. I've got another phone here. So if I do, let's say 390 by 500, so I'm 78% of the way there on the 500,000 in net worth. I honestly do not believe I'll be able to accomplish this part, the second part of my first goal, purely because I don't think I'll be able to make that much of a dent in my liabilities to bring my assets up. If I could reach 400K, that would be great, because when I started 2023, I was actually closer to, I actually did reach 400K. I entered 2023 at 400K in net worth, but as we are in the final quarter of the year, I am under 400K. So yeah, that's where we are with that first goal. The second financial goal I had was to build an emergency fund of at least 15K for myself as well as for my rental properties. And I broke that down into 10K for myself and 5K for my rental properties. I think probably in the second quarter of the year, I made a video to talk about why it's okay to change your goals. And I think at that time, I didn't think I was going to buy a rental property, one, and two, I already knew that I probably didn't want to have 10K sitting in my account as my emergency fund. I was thinking I'll probably end up sending like 5K of that towards investments. I didn't know what investment, but just investments in general, that I was going to send that to. And then I would have 5K for my home and 5K for my rental property. A lot has happened in 2023, and I zeroed out my rental property emergency fund. So that's a good zero. And for my personal one, I have done almost what I wanted to do, even after making that video about changing your mind and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a goal which I want to say I am 65% of the way there, even though I changed my mind in Q2 and all of that good jazz. But looking at the original goal, I am about 62%, 65% or thereabouts. But I actually do not regret making that video. When I made the video, it was okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your goals, especially as you reassess your life and reassess your in the moment situation. I'm actually happy that I did that, because it actually took away a lot of stress that I was feeling around that time, and just made me a little bit more relaxed and just focus on the important things in my life. So yeah, but then to find myself, even though I changed my mind, I ended up re-changing my mind again, because I remember talking to a friend, about one of my best friends. I was like, listen, I made a video, I shared about how it's okay to change your mind when it comes to like the goals that you set, because you have reassessed and see things are different now, you want to achieve something different. But then I went back and I changed my mind again, going back to the original goals that I'd set. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, somehow it made me feel like my very own fraud. You know, like I say that in the video, then I negate and I go back to my original goals. Yes, I changed my mind, but then I changed my mind again. And I just wanted to say that, you know, you can change your mind for as many times as you want. It's really up to you. It's your life after all. Personal finance is personal after all. But yeah, I just wanted to say that there. My third goal was to save £5,000 for travel. So I was able to do that at the end of August. For those of you who watch my Transfer Tuesday videos, you know that I used the 100 envelope savings challenge to help me save up 5,050, and obviously my goal was 5,000 for travel. So I saved that £5,000 and I used it in 2023 and continue to use it for the trips that I have for the rest of the year. And then the fourth goal, which I ended up this goal is kind of a private goal, but also a goal that I realized I actually I made a mistake. So I had said I wanted to start saving for my parents' 60th birthday trip for next year, 2024. Only to find like my parents were turning 60. They both turned 60 this year. And I was like, oh, I was so sure my parents were turning 60 next year, but yeah, anyway, so with that goal, it was one of my original goals, but I will have to go back to my videos and see if I'd actually included this goal when I did film the video in November. But yeah, this was one of my goals too. I wanted to start saving some money. I'd given myself a budget in my mind of about, I'll probably need like 10K, because what I wanted to do for my parents' 60th birthday trip was take them to these exotic places in the world. One I haven't been to, the others I've been, so I knew like how much I would probably need, so I gave myself like 10K might be ideal. I mean, don't tell my parents. I know my mom watches my videos, but let's just say, Mom, I've changed my mind, so don't worry about this. But I was like, 10K might be good, because one of the places I wanted to fly my parents, I wanted to make sure we flew business class or first class, because I honestly didn't want to give my parents any embolisms on such long journeys and being cramped up in economy. Maybe premium economy would have been ideal. At least I like the premium economy on BA and Emirates, so I would have gone for those airlines anyway. But yeah, this goal, I know I've been talking about my goals. I use my legend planner and I write everything there. I feel like because it was for 2024, my brain was just like, yeah, let's just focus on the things that have got 2023 attached to them. But yeah, so that goal kind of fell to the wayside, but not to say I can't resume it. It's just that I did want to start saving up for 2024, so maybe this will be one of my 2024 goals, who knows. But yeah, that's that one. Then the fifth goal was to reach 75K in investments. Again, this is another one that I've spoken about countless times on this channel. I have been able to achieve that. I think I'm at over 80K now, and I've even been considering, like, my part of my 5-year plan is I'm currently in year 3, so year 4 next year is to reach 100K in my investments. I was like, why don't I start working on that now instead of waiting until later? And I think this really leads me nicely into the next segment of this video, which is why I like to plan so early in advance for my annual goals. So the reason is, I'm a great believer in why wait until tomorrow something that you can do today. I really live by this motto. Maybe not with my like dieting and stuff. I mean, I don't really diet, but health, let me say, with my health and well-being, maybe not so much, but with everything else in my life, I'm always like, why wait until tomorrow something that you can do today? Like, I remember in 2020 thinking, oh, okay, so when January comes around, this is what January 2021 comes around, this is what I would like to do. You know, obviously those times they taught us a lot, being cooped up in the house and all of that good jazz. But then I remember sitting down at home, still this house, sitting down and being like, why do I have to wait until January 2021 to be able to start planning exactly what I want to do? Why don't I just do it now? And I remember that was around October, November time. So it's just become like a thing for me where I honestly start planning as early as I can. So look to the final quarter of the year as my starting block. Yes, I have my 5-year plan, and all of the planning that I do for the years ahead, I try to refer to it, but there are certain adjustments that obviously I need to make. Like, I think my 5-year plan had me just being like a millionaire, and now having a million in assets. I'm like, why am I limiting myself? I can now aim for multimillionaire, right? So like, that has been my kind of thinking. But having planned since 2020, having planned my annual goals for the following year in the final quarter of the prior year, has been a game changer. Now, granted, by the time you actually start that new year, maybe your life has changed. Maybe you've got a new job. Maybe you've got so many things can happen. And this is again the importance I spoke about of, changing your goals, or maybe adjusting or updating them as the better verbiage to use in this situation. Because if you say you planned your goals to say, oh, every single month I want to budget £1,000, $1,000 every single month, then in the new year begins, you start a new job and you've got more income. You don't want to still stick to just saving £1,000 or $1,000. You can up that to however much you now have available to you, because lifestyle creep is a thing. But it is important to relook and adjust. So for me, October, November, I am thinking about exactly what I want to work on in the upcoming year. But this doesn't mean that come the new year, I won't look at those goals and be like, okay, so I say this, and I gave myself a timeline of 12 months to accomplish this. But actually, it looks like I can accomplish it earlier. Like an example being the 75K in investments. I finished that earlier than I thought I would. So now I've got a new target. So I'm now working on my 2024 goal in 2023, because I now have that much more time. Why do I have to wait until next year to start working on my 100K in investments goal? I can start that now. For me, it's important to just give myself as much time as I need to plan for the new year, and also give myself a leg up or an early start to working on my goals by starting them early. So that's why I do it, to be honest. I find it really, really useful. I know a lot of people who are just like, oh, I can't even think about what I'm doing tomorrow, or let alone what I'm doing next week or next year. Yeah, there's people like that, and that's okay. That's your life. What you choose to do with it is your business. Personally, when it comes to especially like big goals or even smaller goals that I would like to accomplish, I rather plan now than wait for later to then plan them out. So you might not believe this, but I've already started working on my 2024 goals. Looking at my 5-year plan, I already know what I should be focusing on, but what else can I focus on? And I also believe in breaking down my goals. So me being a millionaire in 5 years, I've built the building blocks for every single year. Blocked year 1 what I should accomplish, blocked year 2 what I should accomplish, to help me get to that goal earlier. So yeah, I don't know, I think I've been rambling on for a while now. I haven't shared my lifestyle goals that I had in here. I don't even think you can read at the back there my little board with all of the goals that I look at every single day I'm home. So, but yeah, guys, this is a year on. I can't believe that I am practically I can't believe that I'm practically, I want to say 80% or 90% already towards all of the goals. Like, I've achieved 90% of my goals. I've got just one more goal left to go. Is it 90% or is it 99%? I don't know, you tell me, but I'm very excited with the progress that I've made, you guys. Like, I didn't think I would be able to do some of these. I said it in the video when I shared it, when I made it and then shared it, that all the goals that I'd set for 2023 were super scary. Goals, maybe not the travel one because I travel often anyway, but everything else, like 1 million in assets, 500,000 in net worth, 75K in investments, all of them were pretty scary for me. And yeah, I'm glad to have accomplished almost all of them, excluding one or two. So yeah, but there we are. So let's see now what I can do for myself for 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.